Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. Once again, welcome to everybody in the Zoom meeting, the 10X 360 Mastermind. I am Carlos Estrada Vega. I'm the founder of Estrada Vega Capital. And I want this to be more interactive. This is why, in our company, one thing that we like to do is bring the best people in the market. So everything that you've seen, this is why Omar been talking about, Carlos been doing this, Carlos been doing that. Trust me, I've been the guinea pig. I've been the trial and error type of guy, the beta tester for you guys, and you're getting the best of the outcome of everything that we have put together. To include the mentoring. This is, we've been here. I know some of you personally, and the path that myself, our team, our company has taken in the past year, and how we've been from zero to wealth in record time. And it's because of the association that we have. I see faces here and the people that we've been able to meet over the past year. It's just because of the certain people that I've been putting myself in front of. And I'll tell you what, out of everybody here, I'm not the smartest one. I know that for sure. But you know what? I'm smart enough to be able to surround myself with the people that are going to take me there. And that's what I want to make sure for all of you. Because a lot of you come from different walks of life, right? From attorneys to people doing affiliate marketing today. But at the end of the day, we all need that person that can take it to the next level. So what we want to do is, if you have any questions about what I'm about to present, specifically about business credit and how we develop the company and how you are able to develop business credit, because as a business owner, a lot of you business owners, I know you probably felt the pain of funding your own business. A lot of us start funding our own business from our own pocket, savings, credit. And credit, your personal credit can take you so much. And I'm not gonna steal Brock's thunder, but he's gonna talk more about personal credit, how you can increase it, how you can actually get to the 800. That's where we all wanna be. Now, a little secret, if you are 780 or 820, it's the same thing. Just get to the 7. Yeah, but you still wanna get to the club though. So one of the main things is okay, so you start funding your business. And trust me, this happened to me, and this is why everything that I'm telling you has been an experience for me. Everything that I've done is also something that I lived in. And if you go to our channel on YouTube, and I documented the whole process. What do we have here? I documented the whole process on how we went back, and this man right there was one of the subjects that helped me put a strategy together, Omar Fabel. And we documented on how we went from, what was it, 532? 532 to like 834. It was January 2nd to April 28th, record time. And we put that out there and we start selling like crazy because that's what people want to see. People want to be able to associate with people that are or being in their shoes. Now, how we started the Estrada Vega Capital. Estrada Vega Capital was born from me not having money to start my business. So it pushed me to learn how to develop business credit. So the main thing that if you guys seen it, you probably call someone to fix your credit. The main thing that a lot of people want to fix their credit because they want to start a business. That was the common theme. I want to fix my credit. Why? Because, hey, I'm trying to start a business. So with that, the light bulb went on. Remember, I'm not that smart. I asked people if I should do it. So people have advised me on that, and that's how we went about. Now, in our research, we found out that there was not many companies out there. There was probably one or two that had something like it. So we wanted to reinvent the wheel. Now, again, why I wanted to reinvent the wheel? Why? Because I wanted to tailor something that if I knew that I was going through, there was many people out there too going through the same process. So what we did is we did a lot of research. We found out how a bank will qualify you for lending. So we broke down the algorithm. So if any one of you have ever applied for a loan, for a credit card, business credit, for the most part, just like me, you guys being disqualified. Because I've been disqualified more than what I've been qualified. I don't quit. I continue. But I know the whole trick. So one of the main reasons why you get disqualified because there's an algorithm and the back door. That either qualify or doesn't qualify. It could be one thing that could disqualify you. And we could go over that in a little bit. For example, the business address. If your business, so for example, today, if you want to go for a business loan, and you want cash, if you don't have an actual brick and mortar, it's going to be nearly impossible for you to get that loan. Now, you may be able to qualify for credit card, business credit cards. Remember, what determines that you are a business is you either an LLC or a corporation. Now, sole proprietorship, you're doing business, but you're doing business as you. Okay? Any questions on that? Differentiating what a business and a sole proprietorship is? No? All right. So what we did is we did this research. We brought in a couple bankers, couple software developers, and it took us almost nearly a year to break down the algorithm. And the funny thing is it hasn't changed. The only thing that changed is the banks. And the same items that they look for every single time, that's what we were able to break down. So that's 360 Business Vantage, which is the software that is proprietary to Estrada Vega Capital, was born. And what we do is we take a business from top to bottom. Doesn't matter where you're at. We've seen businesses that come to us 10 years in business, making $10, $12 million a year. But they never took the time to develop business credit. Now they're looking to go to the next level. They were able to qualify because a lot of the cash that they bring in. But when they go to actually get all these loans, they have no business credit. By show of hands, how many of you know how to check your business credit? See? Very few. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there's something wrong with that, and that's what we're about to learn today. But that is the common theme in the United States. Many businesses, more than 3/4 of the businesses in the United States cannot or don't know how to check their business credit. And if you never check your business credit, more than likely you have no business credit, right? You agree with me? Any questions on that? So, 360 Business Vantage, Estrada Vega Capital was born. So what we did is we start helping people out. We put the word out. We help businesses for free. And this is when, and Omar can tell you when this was born, we started doing a lot of outreach through social media. We went crazy. People were asking, and like anything, people will always, second guess everything. You know that, right? They got to believe it they got to see it to believe it. And that's what we did. One of the main things that I'll tell you as a business that we learned, and I learned from a lot of my mentors, was that if you actually want to get to the next level, you need to provide value at all times. Provide, over deliver. And what we did, we gave this for free. We were helping so many businesses, but in the process, it allowed us to fix a couple things that went wrong with our algorithm, a couple things that went wrong with our software. But at the same time, we were working on our business credit. So we were able to actually work to the point that now we are able to develop business credit between $50,000 to $100,000 for a business in less than 90 days guaranteed. So that's something that I want to tell you. So who we are. Today we're going to talk about the background. That's what we're doing, the business plan development, lending relationships, understanding the business credit, applying for funding, and some additional resources that I want to give you. Now, again, if you have any questions that applies to your business. So, and I was talking to a friend of mine earlier about this, is you may have a question the person right next to you may have, and you say, no, I don't want to ask the dumb question or stupid question. There's no stupid questions, just ask. Because someone online can also benefit from that. So if you have a question, please feel free to ask the question. But even though if we don't know, we got to make sure we find out the answer for you guys, okay? So, all right, so what we do is the goal for our company is to help businesses, and we start with the small businesses because a lot of people are, this is the time. We hear the recession is going to hit. We hear that a lot of people are waking up and understanding what business is. And the goal for us is for you to not only own a business, but Kelly, we don't want you to own a job. That's what a lot of business owners in the United States own, a job. Because if your business needs you to be present in order for you to make money, you own a job. The goal is for us to help you to develop the processes, the operations, have the money for you to hire the right people so you can exit. Meaning when you exit, it's not selling your business, putting the right people in place. So like that, you can have the freedom that we all want, right? You start a business, why? Because you want to what? Freedom.
Control. Independence.
I'm going to make you talk. What else? Why will you start a business?
Help money.
Huh?
Help other people.
Help other people. Time.
Make a lot of money.
Of course you want money, right?
Leave a legacy.
Legacy. That's one of the things. Generational wealth, right, too, right? And,
Humanitarian.
huh?
It's humanitarian too.
Okay, define humanitarian, because your definition of humanitarian is completely different than ours.
Employing people, they providing for their families.
Okay, good. All right, so generational wealth, right? All right, good. So one of the things is our core values. And this is something that I bring from the military. And I have a couple people that know me personally that have been in the military. One of the, inspiration. We love to inspire. As a leader, like I said to you, I love to surround myself with the smartest people. But I know what I have. I'm able to inspire people. I'm able to lead them. And I'm able to actually bridge them for them to work together. Discipline, guys. That's one of the main things. Commitment, discipline, and consistency. If you're not consistent by anything you do, especially in business, especially about self-development. I mean, Omar was talking about it this morning, right? What we do, the routines that we do every single day, how you prepare yourself mentally is what's going to define how your day will go. And again, remember, your thoughts become your emotions, your feelings, right? Your feelings become the actions that you take, thus become your results. So it starts by what you put in your head every single day between, what is it, the 6 inches between your head? I like that one, 6 inches between. All right, so the accountability. So one of the things we like to do with our business, and a lot of you can speak for this, and this is why we have developed our systems that is guaranteed now. We're accountable for what we do, how we help every business, and how we help you to get to the next level. Because our goal is to actually not only now bring you all these little boxes that will help your business to develop, but also get you the money to get there. Because money is not everything, but money will get you the vehicle to get to where you want to go. Now, the transparency, the whole process is transparent, because what we do is, with our system, is that we have continuous coaching, unlimited coaching. We work with you for 12 months, and we'll help you get there step by step. And you guys, you know what, and some of you guys have worked with us in the past and how we have developed the process. It gets to a point that really you don't need us, because you learn so much, and that's the goal. And we want to make sure that you are a self-sufficient business owner. Alignment, because we make sure we align everything, and that's what we put in together. Put in the people together that can help you mentally, as marketing. And soon enough, now we have AI. AI is the new future, and that's what we're trying to implement in everything that we do. Operation, it's going to make your life so much easier, especially what you're about to learn this weekend. So each one of you has a laptop, right? All right, so you guys are going to learn a lot this weekend. And the results, guys, results are guaranteed. So any questions on any of this? I know some of you took a picture of trying to help me accountable, right? Accountability, here we go. All right, so this is what we do, what we do is so important. 27% of businesses are not able to receive the necessary funding. Why? Because they don't set up the business the right way the first time. 44% of small businesses use personal credit cards. Remember what we spoke about? All of us, pretty much. That's how we start, because we don't know. And when it gets painful, that's when we start finding out new ways, and we look for new ways of help. And a lot of times, a lot of people do go out of business because they're tapped out. Remember, when you go over 30% of your usability for your personal credit, then your credit score start coming down. Okay? The more your usage of credit goes up, your credit score goes down. Now, 20% of all businesses loans are denied due to business report. Now, this is what happens. So, a lot of businesses do get accounts, but since they don't know how the reporting works and where to go to figure out how is the reporting, most accounts don't get reported right. I'm gonna give you an example of this. So, one of the companies we started a little while ago that we use to train a lot of business owners in a different spot, sales, reporting, and operations. It was called the Ultimate Millionaire Playbook. Now, for some reason, that was the full name. So in the state of New York, they're very meticulous about how you report a company. So it's the Ultimate Millionaire Playbook, comma, Inc., period. Crazy, right? Dun & Bradstreet and Experian for Business reported Ultimate Millionaire Playbook, comma, period. It was a complete different company. And that was a lesson learned for me because I had zero credit, I had zero reporting, and I had aged that company for almost a couple of years. To the point that when I went to apply for an SBA, I couldn't get certain accounts. And again, it was a wake-up call. And this is how I'm telling you that this is what we do and what we help you. We want to make sure that we go step by step. And this system, and what we'll do, we'll talk about it more tomorrow, and how we go step by step when it comes to the reporting for your business. And we make sure that not only you have access to those reportings, and that's something we're working to right now. We're finalizing the contract in which you will be able to check your business credit and your personal credit with us as well, okay? Any questions on that? So if you want, no, of course? No, all right, so if you want to actually start building business credit, it usually takes you between 12 to 18 months, and that's the slow way to do it. Now remember, we could do it in record time just in 90 days, which is 3 months for you. All right, give me the definition of what business credit. Go ahead, Omar. You can read it.
Business credit is your business ability to borrow. Your business credit score influences your access to credit products such as credit cards and loans. Giving credit agencies, lenders, vendors, and suppliers an indicator on how to handle your debts and your likelihood of paying them on time.
So, by show of hands, who has ever applied for a job before? All right, good.
I'm unemployable.
You still apply for something. Do you have a resume? Yes, you do.
Not anymore.
Oh, not anymore, but you had in the past. So the point here is that we all have resumes, right? And when we go to our employer, what we do, we show them the resume. We show our best face. That is your resume for your business. When you want to go get lending, your credit report is the resume that tells your lender, your bank, it could be either local, nationally, how much or if you can get any money. Because they want to make sure, like any business, bank is one of those businesses that they lend you money. Why? Because they know they're going to make money off of you. But they also want to make sure through the algorithms that you are going to be able to pay back. So this is what 45% of all owners do not meet or have business credit score. 72% do not know where to find the business, the business credit score, and 82% don't even know how to interpret. Because trust me, it gets very confusing when you start getting a business credit report. It is completely different than what you see in the personal side. So any questions on that? All right, so understanding your business credit. What we do is access to funding, higher credit limits. How do we get more credit? Because once you get funding, you got to understand too, now you have a comparable credit. Comparable credit, if anybody ever bought a house before, is when you go buy a house, you have a comp, right, for that home, how much that property may be worth. Same thing for your business credit. They need to know if they're going to lend you $50,000 that you have been able to hold at least $50,000 or more in the past and be able to pay it on time. If you have not, guess what? They're going to start you with something less, right? So reverse risk or risk averse. So what we do is we help you to put all these accounts, what we call trade lines. We help you to put all the trade lines in your business credit. Why? Because that's going to help your resume overall if you want to go ahead and start getting lending and scaling the business. Better terms, tax savings, and government incentives. Guys, if your business looks away in paper, most of the time, so I know a lot of you probably have heard the term of personal guarantee, personal guarantor, right? What that means is that if you are getting lending for your business, and if you have no business credit, you will be the personal guarantee and that that's going to be paid back. Now, if you don't have a good credit, what do you think is going to happen? Not going to get the loan, right? So the goal here is for your business to now start developing corporate credit. And what that means is that your business solely by itself will be able to be lending just in the EIN and not on your personal credit. Because you want to start separating, and that's one of the tips that we teach on how to start separating everything. So like that, you could use your personal credit for your personal credit and your business credit for your business credit. So little tip, As I started building more business credit, one of the things we did is a lot of the expenses that we had were business and my personal. One of the tips you could do is just transfer all of the land, all of those, as long as you know they're being business expenses, to your business credit. What that does is now the utilization for your personal is going to go all the way down, and your personal credit is going to go up. Now, if you want to go ahead and get a house, a car, you have such a great credit that you're going to get better terms, and that's one of the best things that you could do. Now, for business credit, another tip that you can do, when you have a loan, when you have a credit card, if you pay that 2 weeks prior to the due date for business credit, that helps your credit score go up in less than 3 months by 32 points. Keep that in mind. 2 weeks before the due date. One thing that you have to keep in mind in business credit is no utilization. So if you have $100,000 of business credit and you use $100,000, it's great. It's not going to affect you. The only thing that can affect you if you don't pay that on time. And remember, if you ever become a personal guarantor, they will come after you as well. And don't ask me how I know that. So, and again, I tell you, I done the mistakes. I learned the hard way, but it's a good, teaching lesson, because I want to make sure that you don't fall in the same hole. We've been there, we've done it. Our staff, guys, we have more than 32 coaches that can help you get counseling and coaching unlimited for a whole year. Now, tips on building your business credit. Now, one of the things we talked about already, how do you maintain your personal and your business credit scoring completely separate and your business credit reporting separate? How do you apply for business credit, and how to check and monitor your credit score? Okay, so business plan development. Why is a business plan? Dr. Samad, will you be able to read why and the key components and determine the needs, and how do you create value?
Okay. Why a solid business plan is crucial for obtaining funding.
Okay, so a solid plan. This is one of the main things that a bank will, especially if you go for any type of governmental lending, they want to know what type of plan do you have put together, financials, what are your projections. This is why a business plan is essential when you're actually going and developing a business. That's one-on-one. That's one of the main things you need to put together at first in order for you to develop that business, right? The key components. Greg, let's go, Greg. Greg is falling asleep. No.
I'm making notes.
There we go, man.
Key components, such an executive summary, market analysis, company descriptions, etc.
Have you ever heard of a SWOT analysis for your business? All right, good. So SWOT analysis will actually give you the detailed financials that your business needs. Now, what I could do, I could send you guys more information on this, so you don't have to take pictures. I know pictures get lost sometimes on your phone. All right, determine needs. Tracy, go ahead. Read the determine the needs of a business.
Determine needs. Without a business plan, it's impossible to know how much money your business requires.
What do you think that's essential as a business?
To have a business plan?
Yeah.
It is essential.
But why?
With your plan, then you'll know what your goals are because of your plan.
The goals, here we go.
And how much you're going to need to accomplish each goal.
Okay.
According to your
So,
plan.
yeah, so the development of a business. Remember, you got stages of lending. What a lot of banks will do, and again, Norman can tell you, you're getting about a good amount of money. How is it breaking down? By phases, right? They want to determine what's your plan. Why is that? Because they want to know how are you going to grow. Now, they don't want to give you all up front. And that's one of the main things that you'll see, and Omar will talk about it tomorrow when you do real estate development. When you do real estate development, the bank is not going to give you the money all up front. They want to make sure that you complete the work. How much is the work is going to do? And this is why a business plan and a detailed financial is essential. Why? Because they want to make sure if it's costing you $1 million just to do this in the next 3 months, that's how much you're going to get. If the project will cost you $50 million over the next 12 months, they are going to break it down and making sure that you do the work. Same thing with your business.
About cash flow.
Correct. All right?
Goes too, with the plan, it goes out 5, 10 years sometimes, the projections.
Correct. Yeah.
If you don't know what the plan is, you're not basing it on a solid foundation.
Correct. Correct, and that's good. And guys, we all humans. We get squirreled out all the time. Things always happen. Family, we get sick. Things change in our life. We don't have the same passions. And guess what? Having a plan, like, what is it? A plan without a goal is what? A plan without a goal is just a dream. And if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur without a plan, there we go. What's up?
When I wrote the plan, I wrote it, I wanted an expert and it even better than me, had it any better.
Yeah.
I wanted enough from California. So what happened was, I find that the plan serves a multitudinous purpose for even the people that work for you. And the technology people and everything, they looked at my plan.
Yeah.
And the people that work for you, it acts as a training guide as well.
True. I mean, it provides the mission and the vision for your team, right? Do you really think that I put this presentation together? No. I have smarter people, and I don't know how to do this thing. I know how to go back and forth. That's it. But this is not super for real. So this is why you gotta surround yourself with the right people that can help you out. No great team is one person. No great team is one person. This is why you gotta, this is why we bring this together. We do a mastermind. So you guys can work together, help each other out, listen to what we actually bring in front of you, and be able to help you develop whatever dream you have in your business today and where you're trying to go tomorrow. All right? So applying for funding. So remember, let's go fairly quick on this. We'll talk more about it tomorrow. And we have the term loans, the working capital, the SBA loans, the merchant accounts. Usually, merchant account loans is for businesses that have a revenue. And again, we only do those loans for those businesses that have no credit, because every single time I will advise you to go to make sure that you develop your business credit first and be able to get better terms. Why? Because some of the terms for merchant accounts are very steep, very expensive. Sometimes you need it, sometimes because you are finding yourself, you need to develop something in the next 30 to 60 days and be able to pay them back the fastest possible, okay? Any questions on this? Don, how are you? All right, man. All right, so applying for funding. So the processing, what we do, how we help you out. What do the lenders look for to? This is what we're doing when we break down every part of the lending process, and the transparency too of what we do. And what we do is by doing that, we increase the odds of helping you get approved 100% of the times. Now, things will differ between bank to bank, lender to lender, and also where you are in the country. Something that you have to keep in mind too, the vertical that you work with or where you actually work in the States will determine to what type of lenders are available to you. Now, with that said, there's very different ways that you could word this when you actually put a plan together. You can make yourself very desirable to a bank depending on the business plan that you develop, okay? And that's something that we can help you with as well. Any questions on that? No?
Is
Good.
that what Kevin was helping you with?
Kevin?
Harrington. Was Kevin Harrington helping you with that?
Yes. So he works with us in the past, especially with the 10X 360 credit as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know Omar too?
Yeah.
So guys, association. I mean, I've been able to meet all these people that are helping our businesses. What was that? Oh, through Omar. And sometimes we got to spend, so the way that we started together, I became his mentee. And why I did that is because, hey, you're playing chess. Who plays chess here before? You got to see how many moves ahead you're going to get checkmate, right? I made a move. Oh, you just got that? Come on, man. All right, so the lender relationship. So what we do is we have a specific relationship with more than 3,000 lenders, and that's what we've been able to. We know what we look for before we even bring you in front of them. So we know that almost 100% of the times you are going to get approved. The strategies, the opportunities, the tips and tricks that we have, again, it's just plan-based. We actually, we have studied how they work, made the specific relationship. Sometimes business happen just because who you know and not because of what you have, right? So, or what you know, right? So, the 3 steps of funding. So what we do is a pre-qualification, the business credit, and access to funding. How do we do the pre-qualification? It's no hurt to your personal credit or business credit. We find out what's available out there. How long did it take you to actually get your pre-qualification?
When you're helping with
Yeah.
it took about 3 or 4 weeks,
Okay, 3-4 weeks, we got it. But what was the amount?
$60 million.
$60 million. So you see how we work in record time. And that's one of the main things that if you go through a regular bank, you're never gonna get that type of money. It's the relationship that you will have also with certain equity firms. And that's what we've been able to do because of what we have put together. The reputation that our company has right now and how we're working with them. What we bring to the table, and we are able to actually dissect everything prior to even bringing it to them. That makes it even more desirable for them to work with us and our clients. So this is what I want to make sure that you understand. The way that that our system works and how our company works is that we want to make sure that we get you 100% approval every single time. And we haven't seen one person, probably like, let's say one person, that hasn't gotten approved. How long did it take you? 90 days. And that was not because, was it because why?
Getting back to you.
No, but sometimes, yeah, so that's one of the main things, you know. Sometimes we leave everything on the clients.
Let me correct the process. I
Good.
had the funding in 90 days.
You got the funding, 90 days. Yeah. So, no, but what I was saying, and I know he had a lot of going on, and I was just kidding about that. It would have been so much faster, and I know you were traveling back then, right?
Well, I actually ended up negotiating terms with them, so that took.
Oh, sorry, look at that. So negotiated, right? So, but the good thing is we're able to fund them too, and that's what I was trying to say. You know, we definitely, like we get you some pre-approvals in less than 24, 48 hours, and that's what we try to deliver every single time, specifically for all our business owners. So we understand that a lot of times where companies come to us is because this is the last straw. They've been through every bank out there, and what happens is they're gonna treat you like a number. That's what they do. They treat you like a number. They work with so many. We advise you to not only develop those, if you're a business, develop the relationship with the local banks, with credit unions. You have small banks that are in your regions and communities that also focus in the vertical that you are in. And that's where we advise you to go. And do it. I mean, the goal for us is for you to work with us for 12 months and just go out. Do it on your own. Remember that by working with us too, your business will learn, you will learn how to develop business credit, but you can now replicate this to any business going forward because you get access for a lifetime, okay? All right, so how we doing on time? Okay, yeah, I know you guys are hungry. Some of you look hungry already. All right, the pre-qualification. So we already talked about that, how we will help you pre-qualify. I mean, we'll review financials, cash flow, lenders. There are different type of lending that we could provide for you. And every step of the way, sometimes a little more intrusive. And why we do that is because we want to make sure that we detail and tailor the plan for you when we get your lending for your business. Especially if you're a new business. I know that a lot of people are trying to start a business, and I know I hear there's a lot of people that we have online. That's one of the common questions that we're asking. How do we start? How does it work for a startup? And the way it is if you're a startup, remember, age, the resume. Most of the time, it is going to be based on your personal credit. Or what we could do is we could start aging with trade lines. Your business credit does creating that resume that we need in order for you to get the lending. Any questions? No? Pictures? More pictures? Hey, I want to be part of that picture. All right, so, and again, how do you build business credit? Remember, you separate personal, business. You don't want to be the personal guarantor. The goal is for you to start gravitating the other side. Why? Because like that, you are going to get all the perks of tax, deductions, vehicles. I mean, you heard, I could get my vehicle, I could get a vehicle with my business credit. But yes, you can. It is possible. You could get real estate with your business credit. You could buy a piece of real estate for business if you have a home business, right? Or building. One of the things that we did in New York was buying a multi-family in which has a storefront in downstairs, and then you can also rent everything out. Now it became misuse. So, what's up?
I was gonna say, instead of buying something with your business credit, could you rent with your business credit?
Yeah, that's cash flow for your business too. And that's expenses for your business. Same
I mean,
thing.
rent personal for yourself, like
Yeah.
your office or whatever.
So, I mean, there are a lot of investors out there. What they do is they buy a building and they rent to themselves in the building. And that's legal. Now, always consult with the attorney or your accountant in your state.
Only for educational purposes.
Only for educational purposes. But I heard that they do that. All right? All right, so how do we do? You know, separate, you establish, you demonstrate, and you monitor. What we talked about, you need to monitor your credit. While we focus on expense, right? One of the main things that I check every single morning before I do my goals for the day, and I listen sometimes to Omar. He listens to himself, I listen to him though. One of the things that I check, first thing I check is I check my bank account. I need to know my money's there. And my credit report. Why? Because you never know. You'd be surprised. That happened to me New Year's Eve. Remember that? I said, yo, man, what's going to happen? What was it? January 1st.
Points or 1 month.
200, like almost 300 points overnight. I'm like, I don't know what happened. And since then, I learned the hard lesson. Stay on top of everything. You never know. How many people don't find out that they've been victims of identity theft after even a couple of years later? I mean, you probably heard that story. Same thing with your business.
Crazy.
It is crazy. So this is why we need to monitor everything that we do with your business. Trust me, what your focus is, if you want to be successful in your business, this is one of the things you need to do in order for you to develop that. Okay? Any questions? And access to funding. Remember, diversity, fast and convenient. Woo! Increase the odds and improve the options. Why? Because what we do, we monitor everything within your business and we make sure that we do it the right way in order to meet the criteria that the algorithm requires. Okay? All right, guys. So again, this is the 360 Business Vantage, which is the proprietary software for Estrada Vega Capital, and that's what we do. We help you from top to bottom. Take a picture of that one. That was cute.
Hold on.
Hey, Brock did that one. You see? This is what I'm saying. I don't even know how to do that, but that looks pretty. Right, Brock? Hey! All right, so how does it work quickly? Guys, we got expert funding advisors. We have fast approval, simple process. I think what was it, yesterday? We're talking about in the vehicle, and one of my underwriters called me about one of the guys that we are after them. Trust me. We will make sure if you are meeting the criteria, we will make sure you get funded. All right, guys. So and we want to make sure we help you because again, money, that funding that you may need right there, it will take you to the next level. It may take you to the next level specifically because of where we are today. Okay. All right, guys. Funding options. We got credit card stacking. We have equipment financing, traditional purchase orders, SBA, MCA, working capital. Trust me, that's a bigger list. If you go to estradavegacapital.com, go to the services that we provide, you see everything that we have there available. And we make comparisons to all of our competitors. And I dare you, double dare you, to find somebody else that offers more than us. All right, everybody write it down, estradavegacapital.com. All right, good. All right, guys, again, flip for real estate. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. How do we actually build business credit? Under the business, for you to fix and flip, if you want to do commercial too, Mr. King. 401k rollover, hard asset, inventory, private bridge, and that's what we're doing too. See the $60 million? He also needs a bridge loan in there that it will also cover some of the expenses that the business needs. So, bridge loans, that's what a bridge loan is. Also for real estate, if you are buying a piece of real estate, sometimes you need a bridge loan to get you the land, to get you the construction before you actually do the funding that you need in order to develop it or even buy the whole property. So again, that's some of the things that we do in-house, and we do peer-to-peer, as we talked about the private firms that we work with, and unconventional. There's a lot unconventional. Let's put it this way. We have a bank that will lend you 50% of your top revenue or gross for your business to buy real estate. No taxes, no docs. All right. What do they have to say about us? A whole bunch of stuff. Whole bunch of stuff. No, but guys, but we've been blessed. Why? Because our goal is to really help our community. Our goal is to help back. And that's how we started. We want to make sure that we give this specifically to the communities that starting, when you're starting a business, that's us. We're the entrepreneur that a lot of times don't have access to all this lending that a lot of these companies have. And there are many older businesses and lenders out there that today work with the small business and medium businesses. And that's what we focus on mainly, okay? Any questions?
That's me right there.
That's you.
OP.
OP. Oh yeah, that's right. Look at that. That's my man. That's my man. So we actually launching over here with our company, the Done For You. And I know this takes a lot. I know that as a business owner, what we want to make sure is you concentrate in being the craftsman, being the technician that you are. If you are a baker, I mean, how many people go into business today and they've got to learn operation, they got to learn payroll, how to sell, how to hire the right people, how to fire the right people, or the wrong people, how to get the money. And that's one thing that actually distracts you from making money. And again, and I know sometimes it's not easy, I know sometimes it's not cheap either, but the cheap usually costs you double, or sometimes even more. And I tell you that we learned that the hard way. We try to do work with the cheapest marketing companies in the past, and that's one of the things that has cost us the most. I would say we probably spend about $80,000 on something that we have to learn, going from company to finally find the right one. But that's one of the main things why we bring you all these people that we're working with now that we know can deliver. And this is why we want to make sure that tomorrow you'll see some of the things that we have offering. There's also going to be some options for you to also start making money right away too, okay? But yeah.
This is for me actually. Carlos, my rental business, I've had it for 2 years, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What I would like to do, I own 3 properties, I rent them all out, I've got tenants in place.
Mm-hmm.
How can I use that to my advantage and purchase another rental property with my business? Is that even possible?
Oh, yes, you can. So what you could do, once we have, especially for business, if you have a commercial property, and how big is your property, by the way, so we can answer this question. Let's just say it's a multi-family building. Let's just say you have more than, let's say, what was that? Let's say you have 8 tenants.
I just currently have 4 units.
Uh-huh,
like
4 units.
4 apartments and 4plex.
Uh-huh. Is it now your personal or business?
On the personal, because I took advantage of the FHA.
Okay, so you got an FHA.
3.5%
What-
down.
You got what, 5% down?
3.5.
3.5, okay. All right, and so right now it's fully rented.
It's fully rented.
Okay, got it.
Except one unit that we just kind of remodeled.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you got to keep in mind when we're talking about multifamily properties, it is value on the rent roll that you have, not on that. I mean, we're talking about now real estate and that. I don't want to steal his thunder.
Question, because it was a 4 unit, did you have to qualify personally or corporately?
Personally.
Yeah.
Personally, yeah,
I use my business taxes.
Okay, because as you know, if you hold
to fund.
5, 6 units, then it starts going into, it's the building and the rent rolls that qualify
Mhm.
the,
Yeah, so the rent roll is what?
Everybody know that.
Yeah, correct. So 6 units and above. So right now the 4, they use your business taxes because they want to see your income. That's what it is. Now let's just say, let's flip that into the business side. If your business was getting funded, and one of the main things you can do now is, because of the rent roll, and the stronger the rent roll is, the more that your property will appraise. You can now go out and get that appraised and refinance a property under your business. Remember, once you refinance that, anything above that, all the meat that you get from that, let's just say it's $250,000, it is tax-free because it's a loan. You could use it as you please. You could go out and get a new Lamborghini, or you could have an asset that can now buy you a Lamborghini. And I learned that from Robert Kiyosaki a long time ago, that he said, hey, I could take my $250,000 right now and go out and get me a sports car, or I could get an asset that can now go and get me that sport car. Think about that. Certain things appreciate. What's going on, Dan?
Yeah, I've got some property and I want to build a tiny house village. I want to put 10 tiny houses. I want to Airbnb each
Got it.
Can you finance tiny houses? Kind of a,
Yeah, it is. Look, remember what we talked about a business plan under the business. As long as you have a strong financial, strong plan, things can happen under the business. Now, something we have to keep in mind too is for something like that, this is a project that will require for rental. So there's really no actual income yet. But what the bank will look for is the history of your business in order to qualify it. And what they may do, just like what they did, they will give you by phases. They want to make sure that, okay, the project is for 10 properties. Now, they got to give you between 1 to 2 for you to start building and start seeing rent roll. And a lot of the time, specifically for real estate, they may even cancel the whole plan if they don't see a strong rent roll going up. They want to make sure that you meet that criteria. They want to make sure that you actually meet the financial. And don't get me wrong, we know that life is not perfect. We know that things don't always happen the way we want them, but there's got to be close. You cannot say, I'm going to be making $100,000.
Carlos, could you go back like 4 slides? And
Sure.
just break down for everybody, because you went through the like different things like SBA and kind of like cover those for everybody.
Okay, so term loans. Term loans are the type of loans that your business can get over time, meaning that you get certain amount of APR interest rate, and it could be over the next 3, 6, 8 years.
Those are like kind of lines of credit?
It could be a line of credit. It could be a loan as well. Now, keep in mind that, okay, this is good, a line of credit. A line of credit is, you could get qualified for it, but you won't start getting charged unless you draw the money out. So it's money that you have available in order for you to use for your business. And a lot of businesses use this when they need for marketing, they need for payroll, they need for hiring, and they need for unexpected expenses that they'll have for the business. So term loans are one of the best ones, and again, like what he said, credit lines. Working capital, it is usually depending on the type of lending that you have. A working capital could be a shorter time frame for you to actually borrow that type of money. It could be anything between 3 months to 18 months. The APR is usually lower, but the payments are higher because you need to pay that. The balloon on those loans are usually that time frame. Now, a term loan is a lot longer. Think about it as you buying a house over 30 years, that's a term loan. But if you get a hard money loan for a property, it could be a working capital. Now, SBA loans are usually loans backed by the Small Business Administration. Now, one of the things that people do, yeah, I could do it on my own. And they go to the SBA, and what SBA does, they give you all the information, but they send you to a local lender. And this is why anytime that you apply, you go in there and you get killed with calls just because you went to the SBA and apply for an SBA loan. So the best thing that you can do is go to your local banks, go to your credit unions, and find out if they work with SBA. And they will be able to remember that SBA are backed. Now, something you have to keep in mind with the SBA is that it's time consuming. Usually, I mean, it could get, as long as you have all your ducks in a row, it could be anything between 30 days to 45 days. But for the most part, for what I've seen, it takes you up to 60 to 90 days. Business plan, you need to be able to have your pay score, Dun & Bradstreet. So Dun & Brad is actually is one of the credit bureaus. Your pay score usually is one of those credit scores that are required to get not peer-to-peer, but B2B type of credit. No bank ever uses a pay score to qualify you for lending, for loans, for credit cards, for a credit line. That is used only specifically if you want to work with the government. So a lot of foreign companies, when they want to work in the United States, this is one of the requirements. They need to have a pay score. They need to be involved or have a credit file with Dun & Bradstreet. Now, in your merchant account loans, these ones are very steep. And I'll steer a lot of people away from it, but sometimes you need them. And it usually goes for this business that are cash-to-cash type of business. We see them a lot with restaurants, we see them a lot with like mechanic shops, And sometimes they need to get these loans in order because they need some equipment, they need some working capital right away, but they don't qualify because one, credit may be bad. Two, they may have no business credit. So they could use this as a last option. It can be used as long as your business makes cash and is able to pay it back. Because sometimes the draws or what you need to pay are daily, bi-daily, weekly, and the balloon on this could be up to 60 days. You need to pay $12, $15, $20, $30,000 in 60 days, and your daily payments may be up to like $1,800. So keep that in mind, see how steep those can be. Any questions on any of that? Go ahead.
That's amazing, I love that. The one thing that I learned working with Carlos is that you really have to trust the process and let the experts help you get there to build your personal and business credit. And then I own a finance company that only loans money to developers. And my returns on it is amazing. But it's short term because I don't loan money for a long time. I know these developers and they have to do everything that Carlos teaches and goes through so that I can feel comfortable about lending them money. But at the same time, I'm making 90% of my money a month. Monthly.
Monthly, yeah.
Which is really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
And that bank is in Jackson.
Yeah, let's go.
I
So-
want your name because I didn't say your word. It's recorded, so.
No, you're right. So if you want to really make money, once you start creating some cash flow, become a bank. Serious. Become a bank. Because now, you need to do your due diligence too, because just like him, if he lends money to the wrong property or the wrong deal, he's going to lose money. So you also want to make sure that you know now the legality, what type of deal you're getting into. So you need to educate yourself. How you educate yourself? By dealing with people that are already doing it. That's the fastest way that you get anywhere you want to go. If you want to learn how to cook, you go to where?
Venezuela.
There we go. So, any other questions? Yeah.
First of all, thank you for this information.
Awesome.
It's really great, so we appreciate it.
You got it.
So going back to checking the credit, you said you check your credit every day.
Mm-hmm.
And so is there an app or a platform that you can use to check your business credit where you can see all 3 credit scores?
Sure. Yeah, it's called the Small Business Financial Exchange. You could go to Experian. You could also go to NAV. And you got to keep in mind that also like some of this one, for example, NAV has 3 tiers of how you could check your credit. If you use the middle tier or the top tier, it can also report to your credit bureau as a trade line and builds your business credit.
And the score goes from 0
It's called nav.com, so nav.com.
So, and a follow-up question. So I know the score.
That's too many. That's too many.
That's too many?
No, go ahead.
Okay, let's be ready to go. But, so I know it goes from 0 to 100. So what's considered good with business credit? Somewhere around 80?
And above, yeah.
About 85?
Yeah.
Okay.
Area and above, yeah. So anything, it is like red line in it. You want an 85, 90, yeah. I mean, the quickest way, once you do that, and you are novice in having business credit, is paying your bills on time. Just, if you have nothing to buy, just go buy a pair of shoes. But make sure, you sure? It gotta be for business though. It gotta be for business. You're using the shoes for business too. Part of the uniform. Here we go, you see? Right? How you doing, girl? How you doing, Tanya? One of the top realtors in the state of Florida. Tanya. All right, any other questions?
I have a question.
Go ahead, man.
So, I'm looking to build my business credit.
Yeah.
Right? I already told you about my rental properties,
Uh-huh.
and I saw somewhere online that you can actually buy aged trade lines for my business. Should I do that?
You could do that.
You can do it?
Yeah,
It's a great question, bro.
you could do that. You
See,
could.
that's the beauty of this whole weekend. We're bringing you stuff that's like not talked about, that you can take advantage of and continue to work with us. One thing is a weekend, but to continue to work with the team and profit from it. Because these are things that you don't hear. And if you hear and work with the people that are doing it, you're gonna save a lot of time, because you can get hurt if you don't know what the hell you're doing. So that's really important.
So that's good. You could get hurt if you don't know what you're doing.
You write an age.
Hold on.
They can set you back.
Let me.
You know, we've all been set back by following the wrong advice. So
All right,
if you
so-
have to give the right advice, you don't get set back.
All right,
That's
so.
why he's invested
Yeah.
over, I've been working with Carlos since last June,
Yeah.
working with him and helping him with Brock in the business.
So.
And the thing is, he's invested a lot of money and learned a lot from it, so now he's got it dialed up for you guys.
Yeah. So now this software actually is probably almost $400,000 that was invested to develop
Yeah.
it. So finishing my thought. Yes, you could do that, but if you don't do it right, you could get yourself in trouble. Why is that? Because let's just say I am part of your business, or you have your business, and I have a trade line of $250,000, and you place me in your business credit report. And remember, when a bank qualifies a company in the business side, they're a little more meticulous because there's not many files going through that underwriter's desk. And they check, so let me put it this way. One of the main things, if any one of you applied for business credit in the past, one of the main questions that they ask is this person at least 25% owner in that company in order for them to qualify it to even being able to get business credit or business loan or qualify for that loan. If, let's say, Omar Fabel LLC doesn't have a principal named by Carlos Estrada Vega, then what did that trade line came from?
Yeah, from someone else, basically.
So now you're defrauding the bank, defrauding the process. So you could potentially blacklist yourself and not being able to get any type of lending.
Even though you're the owner of the company.
Even, yeah. Because now, think about it. It's like me being in, I have a, let's just say,
Can you
a,
repeat that one more time for everybody?
sure. So in layman's terms is if you're not allowed to really use that in your business trade lines. I know that you hear this a lot on the personal side. Buy a trade line so you could boost. Trust me, I've done it too. Don't do
Your
it.
personal credit. Yeah.
It's not so. But in the business credit, if a bank goes through the whole underwriting process and they see a trade line in Omar Fabel LLC, that is
Under your name.
the principal is me, and they check on the items of a corporation for that company, and they don't see my name. It's like, where did this? Now he's defrauding the bank by applying it, adding or having a trade line in that company that doesn't belong to them. So you could potentially blacklist yourself. And again, it's a hit or miss. I would say just don't play in the, that's too gray area. Yeah, it's a lot better way. And again, the process is the process. We could definitely do certain things in order to get you there faster. And yeah, you
So
could
you
do.
can do it, but it's very dangerous, basically.
Very, very. Because you may be able now to, you see it, but that's in, you go to the next bank and they see everything. And if you've seen a business score in the past or a business credit report in the past, even if you have a collection, doesn't specifically say who's it from, it's just there and it's hard to take off. Same thing with a blacklist from a bank, it's just gonna stay with your credit report. Yes, you can get it removed, but it's gonna take you a while, longer than what you would do in order to work and develop your business credit. Good?
So it's just better to stay away from
Yeah,
from it.
yeah. Yes. Yes. Any follow-up questions? I know you got a lot of questions, girl. Come on. You are quiet today. Tracy, we work with her, and we stay with Tracy for an hour and a half, and she has a lot of questions. I think I answered all your questions already, right?
I'm like a sponge, I'm
Yeah.
trying to soak it
You
in.
got it. Hey, Brock, we up?
Carlos, I have one more.
Yeah, sure.
Let's say I want to fund a new sales team.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to take money from my current revenue or cash flow. I want to put 5 salespeople on the floor to sell my NFT project or something like that.
Uh-huh.
What loan is that going to fit into? It seems like a working capital loan. Is that
So working capital loan is for an existing company.
right?
Do you have a company already? And one of the things that they're gonna see is also your cash flow. So all depends how much you need. It's gonna determine by how much you bringing in net and gross. Because there's different banks to work with different ones, but usually it's gonna be your net. So let's just say you need $20,000 monthly in order for you to supply or to feed this new sales team. And your company's only making $8,000. That may be very hard. The best way that I'll tell you to go, and if you know that you're gonna be making that revenue as you build the business, is to go by a credit card stacking or getting business credit lines so that you now can control. You know that you have at least 20 grand in credit and you're able to pull and pay everybody else and repay it. But you think about too, it's like that when the money comes in into your business account, it comes in as cash flow, right? So now you are reporting to the bank that, okay, now I could go and get a term loan or a working capital and be able to do it the other way.
Stack credit cards loaded on the front end, use the cash flow to then present later.
Correct, yeah. So, and again, different strategies that you could do different things. It's like, I tell everybody, get as many credit cards. If you get pre-approved credit cards in the mail, get them. I was told by my mom and my dad, they're gonna mess your credit up. That's not true. The more credit available that you have, the better it is because your utilization goes down. And you never know. The deal of a lifetime may come and this house is for sale for $50,000, right? And you have $50,000 in credit and you are able to put it right there and then just refinance and pay everything off, but you were able to have the money right there. Sometimes like Harmony loans, what do you think a lot of real estate investors go to Harmony loans? Why? Because as long as you have all your ducks in a row, money can be there available. Same thing with your credit. All right? I know you had a question. Tanya. I don't know. It's fine. Anything else?
I'm like, can I come up with something real quick? But
Oh, no, it's fine. Anything else? No?
I got a question.
Yeah.
So I want to apply for business credit cards. Okay. Is there any one particular card that I should like covet more than anyone else?
Before? All right, so the first credit card that you should go for is Chase, one of the Chase accounts. Why? Chase has something called the 524 rule. Like I can never get a Chase again. I get like 2-3 credit cards monthly. And I always, and one of the things that we show you still is how to remove all those inquiries of your credit report. But if you get 5 new accounts or 5 new inquiries in your credit report and over the 24 months span period, you cannot get anything else. For me, it's because I have so many new accounts that I can even get a credit line increase on the credit cards that I already have. And I have about 3 companies with them and 2 personal accounts. And they all have credit cards, have checking accounts and everything that goes through it. And not even because of that relationship, I can get a credit line increase. So if you must, and you are going to start being a savvy investor and getting credit, go after that one first. Then you want to go Bank of America and Navy Federal Credit Union, if you can qualify. Navy Federal Credit Union has one of the best interest rates. They even have a personal credit card that's called the flagship that go up to $80,000. Oh yeah. And I know I put this video out. And again, if you guys don't follow us, go to Estrada Vega Capital on every platform. And we put 4 videos every single day about new tips and tricks on how to develop your business credit.
is the same on every social media?
Yes, everyone. Estrada Vega Capital. Pow! All right. So,
Just remember that all that stuff that's on the website tomorrow is going to be a real special.
correct. So all of that, we're going to put it out. But
Review it there, but don't get it there until you're thinking a lot more than you will tomorrow.
no, they're asking about the social media.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, and there we put in, what was the video about? Oh, I lost myself now.
524 rule.
Oh, the 524 rule, yes. So we put that out there and how you can actually start going step by step. And we did, especially with the Navy Federal Credit Union. And a lot of people have, you know, I'm gonna give you a little tip. If you have a credit card with Navy Federal, it's called the midnight rule. You remember we talked about the algorithms? Everybody go to sleep at nighttime. So for Navy Federal, they're very personal type of credit union. And every application that comes through, they personally review them. At nighttime, Eastern Standard Time, 12 o'clock, and I know you guys are gonna be talking about this, so put comments. Everybody goes to sleep. So the algorithm kicks in, and you can get a credit line increase with no increase hitting your credit report. I've done it twice already, so I know it works.
That's like after midnight, right?
After midnight, so Eastern Standard Time. So if you are somewhere else, make sure it's 12 o'clock, New York time, my time. So yeah, that's a little trick over there. All right.
I saw this thing on social media. It was like when they apply for cards, they get pre-approvals. Before they accept the pre-approval, they will go on their credit profile and turn off credit reporting, and then accept the offer, and there's no hard inquiries on their account.
Okay, so that works a couple different ways. There's certain national change that as soon as they see that, because they check your credit, they do a pre-approval today. And good, you qualify, but they know that they're gonna give you a hard inquiry tomorrow. And if they cannot do it, then they will disqualify. Trust me, it happened to me, so I'm but you could still try. You could still try, and if you see that you don't qualify for them, then turn it back on and then do the same thing. So again, no harm, no foul. Now you just gotta trial and error and see how it works. But yeah, so this could be 50-50. Another thing that you could do, and this is one of the last things, so it used to happen a lot different, in which we used to have a lot of our clients apply for American Express credit cards. If you have a good credit score of 710, 720 and above, you could go in 6 different browsers. Make sure they're all incognitos. You know, you can go to Chrome, Firefox, and all the other browsers that are available, and apply for 6 different ones at the same time. Hit them all. You may qualify. Now I know they're lowering down to 3 or 2 now, but you could qualify to more than 1 with just 1 inquiry. So I know that when I did, I got qualified for 4 of them, by the way. But then they caught up, and people been doing it too. So, and I think they're shutting them down to like 3 only, 3 max. Okay? It's another trick right there. And I need some water. All right. Hey guys. See you soon. See you after lunch.